All right, Jenna, thank you very much. 712. Now, millennials are the fastest growing age group in the workplace, but over 60% of them say they are lost when it comes to leadership. They just say they're not being mentored.
And here to talk more about that and some of the new trends in mentoring is Paul Szyarto. He is the CEO of Mentobo in Doylestown. So first, I want to say good morning to you. Thank you for joining us so early in the morning.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
But a lot of us are wondering, Mentobo, what does that mean and how did you come up with that name?
Well, Mentobo is a play on the word mentoring and business opportunity. And it's actually the name of the organization that's going to change the world by providing the infrastructure needed to gain the knowledge to succeed at the business of life. It's also a verb, an action word, of efficiently and effectively transferring knowledge between two parties or more.
Oh, I like that acronym.
So you saw a need here because obviously a lot of millennials, when they get into the workplace, many of them right out of school, are finding that they're not getting the leadership and the experience, the mentoring that they actually need. Yes. So explain that a little bit.
So you have to think, I mean, there's a lot of young people coming into the organizations today with a depth of knowledge in regards to technology and, social media and so on. And we're getting into these organizations and leadership really is lacking a lot of this information. So so I like to call it reverse mentoring in a way, where you have these younger millennials that are training the more veteran representatives of the organizations.
Yeah. But do you think that could also be the reason why a lot of millennials are quitting these jobs, because they don't have that mentorship?
Yeah, I think it is. I think we're coming in with these tactical skills versus strategic skills to really advance themselves through the organization, and not just through organizations, but also being entrepreneurs.
And with that a step further, you actually see a lot of these millennials going in right away and themselves being the mentors to some of these executives. Again, you mentioned technology.
Absolutely.
That's a big part. I can tell you honestly that I've had some interns come in and help me with some of our equipment and our
especially Instagram.
Some of the social
Instagram, Facebook,
some of the social media platforms.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that these millennials are so used to dealing with on a regular basis, and maybe some of the older folks in a company don't have that experience.
Yeah. Think of it like the 8-second rule. We depend so much on these devices, where every few seconds we're looking at these devices. So how do you integrate these devices into the workplace? How do you train people and mentor them to be better representatives of your organization?
That's a good idea.
And there's a term that I keep hearing over and over and over again, group mentoring. What exactly is that? So
peer-to-peer mentoring groups, it's not a new thing. The problem is when it comes to content development and truly mentoring and progressing the individuals through life and trying to succeed at the business of life. So this is pretty much the premise of Mentobo. So it's not just sitting one-on-one with a veteran representative. It's working with anyone that has knowledge that could help you further yourself and advance yourself in the business of life. So it's working with groups of people, like-minded people that want to share knowledge, share infrastructure, and help us all develop.
But how do you toe that fine line between some of these younger employees who come out with all this knowledge that is just so available but also so needed, and maybe the older employees that make more money than they do, they have more experience, yet it seems like these younger millennials are actually giving them valuable information and they're not getting compensated maybe as much?
So I think it's even less on the compensation side. I think it's about lifestyle and showing the value of the individual and how they can create value for the organizations and themselves from an entrepreneurial standpoint. So again, Mentobo is designed to create a structured model on transferring knowledge. And our goal is not just on technology, but just general knowledge on life. I mean, you have people that have debt. Like these millennials are coming out, they're full of debt. How do you correct this? I mean, that alone, teaching them how to structure it and how to work through it, can help them be better leaders.
Right. Well, you have given us so much great information here. How can people get in contact with you?
So you can go to the website at mentobo.com, and you can reach out to me, Paul Szyarto, at paulszyarto.com. And my question to you guys is, do you Mentobo? And for your viewers are at home, do you Mentobo?
Right.
That's a good one.
Very good.
All right.
Expanding that communication between the younger and the older employees.
You have to expand your network.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll still ahead for you this morning. A new study says the small